You don't look okay. Virginia's voice joins Minnie's in my head. Don't worry about Grabby. She's much too good looking to go for a guy like him anyway. He's rich, I remind her. Some girls don't care about what a guy looks like if he'll buy her literally everything she wants. Wait, is he really that wealthy? Virginia asks. Asking for a friend. I sigh and roll my eyes. It's getting late, Minnie says suddenly. I have some studying to do. There might also be students waiting at the library for me. We should get back. Are you okay? Daniel asks me, joining the foray of voices in my head. You look pale, and you've barely touched your food. Is this because of Grabby? No, I was just up early for treasury duty this morning, and I'm kind of wiped. I reply quickly. Thanks for thinking of me, though. Maybe we should go by and say hello to Grabby before we leave, Donald offers, and I can't help but let my face go scarlet. I don't think he'd appreciate that, Jacob points out, and I can't help but sigh in relief. Remember, being a professor is only a small part of who he is. He's entitled to a social life outside of Iris Academy just as much as anyone else. I didn't think Grabby had a social life, Donald points out, and Daniel is quick to agree. Considering how he acts all the time, I can't see how anyone could stand to be around him, Daniel adds. Maybe he's just trying to overcompensate, but inwardly I can't help but cringe in embarrassment. Maybe we should let Tori decide if we go over and say hi or not. Barbara is staring at me, and I wonder for a moment if she knows. I mean, it wasn't exactly a secret, but a lot of the freshmen didn't actually seem to know, Daniel included, and we didn't exactly go out of our way to make our relationship public. Minnie said that she had some studying to do, I tell the table. If she has somewhere else to be, I don't want to keep her. We should probably just get going. We all agreed that we would leave the restaurant at the same time anyway. As we're getting up to leave, however, I'm surprised to look up and see Hieronymous and his lady friend standing over our table. It could be that they were leaving as well and he just happened to see our table as he passed by, or Hieronymus could have wanted to stop by and clear up the confusion. I wasn't sure, but I couldn't help but grab the stone around my neck to try to suppress the fact that I was seriously going to throw up. And what are a group of Iris Academy students doing so far from campus? Hieronymus muses as he stands over our table, and Daniel is the first to speak up. This is a special student council cultural excursion authorized by Professor Potsdam, he says immediately, raising his voice to the height of authority. First, we went to the hockey game to learn about and support local cultural entertainment, and then we came here for a study in how American magical restaurants worked. Ah, how interesting, his companion replies, in a way that made it clear that she didn't think it was interesting at all. Does the school conduct these kinds of trips often? Of course, Minnie replies resolutely, seemingly standing up for Daniel. Iris Academy's mission is to set the foundation for young students to learn and grow in whatever way that means. Not all experiences need to be strictly academic in order for them to be worthwhile. Damn. I can't help but beam at Minnie. Even though it was doubtful that she really believed anything she just said, it definitely sounded like she did, and it was definitely good enough to fool this stranger who had no idea what really went on at Iris Academy. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree, the woman says. It sounds like Petunia is doing a good job of training bright, capable minds. I'm sorry, but who are you again? Virginia asks. She's playing with a spoon in her hand, and I feel like she and Donald are having some sort of secret conversation as to whether or not they should fling food at her. This is Miss Morgenstroft, from Germany, Hieronymus replies. She's under consideration to take over the role of Blue Magic Professor after I retire. Wait, what? There is a collective round of questions from everyone at the table, but I keep silent. I notice Hieronymus' eyes pass over, but never fall directly on me, as he shakes his head. As you very well know, I am retiring at the end of the following academic year, Hieronymus replies. Considering my extensive list of administrative duties, Potsdam is looking for someone, or multiple someones, to fill the role in my absence. Any questions about this should be directed towards her. Now, enjoy the rest of your night and please get back to Iris Academy in one piece. She gives us a friendly wave before they head off, but the table sits there quietly as we take in this new piece of information. So, Grabby really is leaving? Jacob asks. I mean, I heard rumors that he might head back to England to take over his father's seat, but I didn't think anyone thought they were true. He's been here forever. Daniel is staring at me like I know something he doesn't, and I can't help but notice that there's a lot of eyes that are glancing in my direction without looking at me directly. Do you think her boobs are really that big? Virginia asks suddenly. Or do you think she's just using blue magic to make everyone perceive them that way? Virginia! A freshman girl scolds, but everyone at the table is laughing, and the mood is suddenly much more lighthearted than it had been a second ago. The conversation begins to taper off as we all get to our feet, though, as we shuffle out into the lobby to wait for the last bus to take us back to campus. I love you, I tell Virginia as she slides an arm around my neck. I swear, I thought you and Donald were going to start throwing food at her. The idea was discussed, Virginia says as she beams at me. Hey, what are friends for, right? If Grabby is going to cheat on you with anyone, it should be with someone a lot better than whoever the hell that was. She claps me on the back. I'm proud of you, though, Tor. You really held it together in front of the freshmen. If you had said that you were going to go over there and punch her out, I would have been your backup. I can't help but laugh as I grin at her. I think you would have thrown the first blow if I had asked. Oh, I totally would have, Virginia replies. I would have been like, blam! She lets go of me to mind punching out an unseen assailant. I would have dumped the dessert tray down her front, too. No one messes with Tori's man and gets away with it. You are the best friend I could ever ask for, I tease gently. Oh, am I your best friend? Virginia asks. I see you all the time with Ellen now. I thought I'd been replaced. I think you know Ellen needs a bit more help than usual lately, I say slowly, not wanting to say too much. Ellen didn't trust anyone with knowledge of Musette, not even Virginia, and I didn't want to betray her confidence. I think she just trusts me because I'm a fellow wild seed. Well, whatever the reason, I'm just glad she is someone to talk to, Virginia replies. She glances back over my shoulder and raises an eyebrow. Don't worry, I'll cover for you. I'll see you at sports club tomorrow, okay? Someone's gotta help me make my ice hockey dreams come true. What? I ask as she steps away from me. What are you talking about? But suddenly I stop talking as I feel a pair of familiar hands sneak around my waist. I step back into him and close my eyes as Hieronymous plants a gentle kiss on my neck and teleports us back to our room. I guess Miss What's-Her-Name found her own way home, I tease as he opens up the door and leads us inside. Hieronymous makes a face of obvious distaste. My father is not being subtle when it comes to ideas for possible replacements. He wants to fill the school with people who will answer to him and only him, and my concern is that I think Potsdam will let him. Well, you spent the night with her, I remind him. Does she have any redeeming qualities? Hieronymus just shrugs as if he doesn't want to talk about it, and I don't push him. I set about to take a shower when I suddenly notice that Hieronymus is watching me closely. What is it? You conducted yourself well today, he says softly. When she was flirting with me, I thought that the situation was as bad as it was going to get. When you and your friends walked in, I was concerned that the situation might go from bad to worse. If she was making the flirting that obvious, it suddenly made sense why all of my friends were constantly checking in to make sure I was okay. I mean, are you okay? I asked him. You already didn't want to be there, and then she made you uncomfortable. As someone who has been on the receiving end of that multiple times, it's a really yucky feeling, and I don't want anyone to have to feel that way, ever. A small smile pulls at the corners of his lips. I'm okay if you are, I'm not going to lie, I was concerned about how you might react when we got back. I wasn't jealous, I insist. I paused, trying to settle on the right word. Confused. I know you wouldn't cheat on me. It just doesn't seem like something that you would do. You obviously don't have any social friends in the area, so seeing you there was just very confusing. I shrug. But it's over now, at least. It was a weird night. Life goes on. Yes, Hieronymous laughs to himself. Fortunately, it seems Miss Danson was able to keep herself in check, otherwise this night could have ended very differently. As long as it ends with us cuddling up together in bed every night, I don't care what else happens between then and now. I hold out my hand to him. I want a shower, but I don't want to be away from you right now. Come with me? I hold out my hand and Hieronymous doesn't hesitate for a moment as he takes it and follows me into the bathroom.